really the only point of symbolism that I picked up on in the movie was just like the way that children plugged into the story. And like in the beginning when Fran gets killed and you see Fleury visiting Fran's kid, you see Fleury with his own kid and you see Fleury visiting Fran's kid, young kid. It's a really touching thing. He's like, you know, I was friends with your dad, which means I'm your friend too. And you can tell like it was cool. Like this is a guy who's going to be here for this kid. And then at the end of the movie, hey, welcome back to the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kev and Oogie. I'm Kev.
I'm Oogie, and today we have a movie. We watched The Kingdom.
We did. Before we talk about the movie, World Cup starts tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually prepared an intro segment about the World Cup. And I basically want to get because for those who don't know, Oogie's a big soccer fan. I am a very casual soccer fan. So I want to get this is the intro FIFA Billionaire Daddies edition. With the World Cup kicking off, I want Oogie World Cup predictions.
Oh, World Cup predictions.
And then when the tournament is over, we'll report back on how these predictions look. So I have a few questions that I'm going to make you give your take, and then we'll just see in a few weeks how they look.
Okay.
Starting off easy. Which two teams make the final and who wins?
Well, it all comes down to seeding, and I'm not really sure how the seeding is set up right now. I'm going to guess, because there's like the teams that I expect should make the final, but I don't have faith in either one of them. But I think the most lit for the world.
Yeah, these are your takes. These aren't like consensus takes. I just want what you think.
I want Canada, Scotland in the final personally, but I think it'll probably be France, Spain. I just don't trust Brazil right now at all. I'm gonna go for France. They got the right mixture of youth and exciting and experience. So yeah, the France team is they're stacked. They're so stacked.
So you think France over Spain in the final?
France is like second 11 could win the World Cup.
That's a take. So you think France wins over Spain is your prediction?
I don't think they win at all, but I mean, if that's like my take, if I was a betting person, that's what I'm betting on. I just don't believe it's going to happen. But yes.
Okay. Yeah. So your prediction is France over Spain.
Yeah.
What are the other two teams you have in the semis? And I know seeding can ruin all of them.
Let's go England.
Okay.
And I got to put in like a fun team. I want to say like Croatia or let's say Senegal.
Senegal. Okay.
Yeah.
Who wins the Golden Boot?
Who wins the Golden Boot? That is so like it could easily be something like Bruno Fernandes. Or I guess it wouldn't be Bruno Fernandes. I imagine Ronaldo takes the penalties for Portugal if he's on the pitch. I won't be surprised if it's a person scoring penalties. I forget if Yamal's injured right now. I'm going to say Harry Kane. I just think he's in the form of his life right now. Honestly, he'll probably score some goals.
Nice. Yeah. Who is a high-profile, like, favorite team that you think will have a group stage exit? Maybe not a favorite, but like a team that like everyone expects to escape the group stage that you think won't make it. And I have the list of groups if that helps you.
Yeah, that would actually be helpful. I'd want to look at it because the groups right now, because it's 48, it would be so hard for some of the bigger teams to not make it out.
Yeah.
There's not the same sort of groups of deaths like there were before. That being said.
So the groups are in the script.
Well, Canada, I think, is definitely high on the list of potential, like, Our group should be cake. Maybe not so much Bosnia. I mean, Qatar, I feel like we should, but I don't trust us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of which one of these is the most group of deathy.
So that was going to be one I didn't jot down. Do you want to pick a group of death?
Honestly, your guys' group is kind of tough. Australia isn't terrible. Paraguay is pretty good. And Turkey are also very good. This Belgium, Iraq, Iran, New Zealand... Ooh, well, Cape Verde. I mean,
so the next question is also who England
and group. Like, if there was going to be a high profile, because Croatia and Ghana could do it.
Yeah,
like it would be the most England thing of all time.
To not make it out of the group.
Yeah, I mean, if betting person, I'm gonna put Canada because we'll probably just draw all the games and like Qatar like beats Switzerland, but then Switzerland beats
just weird group stage shit. So flip side of the same question, is there an underdog that you think will make it out of a group stage who isn't expected to?
It's hard to say Scotland's an underdog because they have a lot of ballers. Iran would be really, really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Those would be like out of those teams. Japan is just like, wait, did Japan qualify? Yeah, Japan's in Group F.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not necessarily not favorites, but I think they have a really exciting team. I don't think this is that like hipster of a take right now, but they're truly in their Blue Lock era. Do you watch Blue Lock?
No.
It's a soccer anime about...
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's I just want to talk about it.
Soccer way too serious.
I've seen clips of it,
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna, sort of people who don't know, Blue Lock is an anime essentially about, there are people in Japan that feel that Japanese never really make it to the summit of football, and so this like weird otaku guy comes up with a plan to get all of like the could have been but missed players, like the people who like blew it in their like state semifinals or state finals, and give them one more chance. So they get 300 of the best nearly players together to like get an ego, because they say Japanese players are too nice and they need an ego to be like the best players, someone who's willing to be selfish and score. And so they eliminate those to get to like a squad.
Interesting.
And it's a really fun show, even if you don't like soccer. It's just anime ridiculousnip.
I've never invested in a sports anime, and I know that I need to.
Sports animes are honestly, and there's like was it Hajime no Ippo, like a boxing anime. There's also this one, Captain Tsubayasa. It's also like one of the most popular. It's one of those like Dragon Ball. People in South America and like also like the Middle East love this anime.
Shina no Joe is also a classic.
Yeah, there's sports anime sports anime are kind of goated, but it's just like it's better if you like it, honestly.
So is Japan your final answer for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Japan. Okay. Japan and Iran.
Which of the three host nations goes the farthest?
I mean,
you can say none of the above.
I don't believe it's us being Canada.
I know what you meant.
My heart will not allow me on camera to say either the other two countries from a soccering perspective.
So you think they all get eliminated at the same step?
No, I mean, I'm gonna be this Mexico's team right now. I just don't believe in your guys' team. Like Canada has just not been good up in qualify. Like just the last year, we have just not been that great. We're not really that fun to watch. And I have a hard time thinking that we'll make it past the first stage after groups, if we even make it that far. So I'm going to have to pick the United States. But I mean, that's, if I were betting money with my heart, I'm going to say with my full chest, Canada. We're going to make it the furthest.
Cool. Do you think any of the host nations make the quarterfinals?
Yeah. I think it's possible. I think it's beyond possible. And, you know, especially in the World Cup, people play for draws.
This is more for my education, but it's also a prediction. Name a lesser-known player who will become a breakout star in this tournament.
That's a little bit too hard for me because I don't know all the players on all these teams. So it's like the breakout player.
Okay, so maybe not the breakout star, but like who's like a young, like lesser-known player that you think is going to have like a good tournament. It doesn't have to be like the hottest take. It can just be like someone you're watching or.
A young player or just someone?
Just lesser known. I mean, like, I would say maybe someone I haven't heard of. Because, like, I've heard of Mbappe. I know Ronaldo. Like, I know the stars. Like, who's someone that, like...
Do you know Yamin Lamau?
Nope.
Do you know Michael Olise?
Nope.
Those would probably be two very... I mean, Yamin Lamau, is he... I think he's hurt right now. I'm not sure. Okay, he's training, so he'll probably be... He's probably a person for you to watch. He's like one of Spain's most exciting players. Then Michael Olise, he's someone that I mentioned, and he's like one of my favorite players right now. He plays for Bayern Munich. He's English. He is a nonchalant king. Nothing phases him. He's just super exciting. Arguably one of the best players in the world this year. So he'll definitely be a person who plays for France. So those would be two, France and Spain. Yamal, like they're both the mixture of young and exciting. Cool. They'll probably both have good tournaments.
All right, final one. Just give us your most unhinged, bizarre hipster prediction.
My most unhinged hipster prediction.
This is something
honestly,
that will like
that none of the teams that I actually picked, none of the teams that I referenced are going to actually win the World Cup.
Okay.
None of the people that I spoke about throughout this entire time, none of them are going to win the World Cup. That's what I honestly believe. I feel like it's going to be. I feel this like might be the world where this might finally be the time that it heals.
And it's like an exciting tournament where anything can happen.
Yeah, I can't see Argentina like, because so many teams are going to make it out of the group. It's going to be a little bit different, and there's going to be a little bit more big teams eliminating big teams at an earlier stage. That's my prediction.
Okay,
that we're going to get favorable matchups for teams that aren't expected to do very well, which will allow them to go further in the tournament. And as long as you got a ticket, you can win the raffle. Like, that's truly it. You can play some bullshit ball and get a draw. You can play some Arsenal ball, get a set piece. And you know what? I'll say that. Bullshit ball works. I don't care. Arsenal were not fun to watch this year, but they got the job done, and that's really all that matters.
Winning's winning.
Exactly. Winning's winning.
Win is a win.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how you get there. As long as your name is on that trophy and you get to celebrate that lift, it matters. So Don't come at me in the comments, Arsenal fans. But y'all annoying as fuck.
Yep. I don't even watch, and I know that that's true. I see that we have some more fan mail.
We do have some more fan mail. I saw what one of them was because that one ripped.
Okay.
So I kind of assume I know what's in this one, but I don't know what's in both of these.
Okay, so let's open these.
Yeah, let's open these up.
Oh, wow. Okay. You got some Dr. Pepper minis.
Yeah.
Again, not sponsors yet. Yeah. And some we got more product placement than Space Jam right now.
This is a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be drinking.
Is this also from Big Daddy?
It is.
Wow.
Big Daddy is our Big Daddy right now. This is literally Sugar Daddy.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that this is hashtag brown soda.
Brown soda.
So
okay,
either this is a ton of brown soda or I'm hoping that this is purple soda.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, parce que je suis Québécois, c'est une Pepsi. Merci. Okay, I'll drink one of these on pod. This is all brown soda. Not one purple soda was had.
So fuck that Amazon tape. And a Nike bag?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on right now. Wow,
okay.
It's all brown soda.
He made sure that we both get one. That's a nice guy.
That is. Thank you, Big Daddy.
Thanks, Big Daddy. Brown soda from John. Thank you. Also, shout out John, because so whenever anyone joins our Patreon as a paid subscriber, Ugo and I will always send a personal thank you because it's a big deal to us. And John joined, and I said, thanks a lot for the support. And he said, yeah, no problem. I got to help you guys start making money so that Ugo stops spending Sarah's money.
Yeah.
I appreciated that joke very much.
This is a good start.
Yeah, that's great.
Spend your money.
Yeah.
And then,
I'm gonna get hopped up on all of this and not sleep.
Far too much brown soda. Also, I mean,
no clear soda, no purple soda, no orange soda. We know which team John is on.
Yeah, well, I'll do Pepsi and Coke commercials.
I have a See What Had Happened Was for us. You ready for that? So this is our recurring segment, See What Had Happened Was, where one of us describes a movie poorly and the other tries to guess what it is. And we'll have Mace playing as usual. So See What Had Happened Was, a small village has been under the oppressive thumb of a ruthless roaming gang for years. The humble townsfolk toiled day after day to stockpile resources, knowing half of those supplies could be taken by the gang without notice. When one of the villagers accidentally angers the gang's leader, he must leave his home and go out in the world to find mercenaries to protect them all from the impeding vengeance bearing down on them.
I got it.
I thought you might.
This isn't my guess, but it sort of is. But it's not Young Guns, is it?
No.
Okay. Okay, say it one more time. One more again for me, please.
A small village has been under the oppressive thumb of a ruthless roaming gang for years. The humble towns...
Roaming gang?
Roaming gang for years. The humble townsfolk toiled day after day to stockpile resources, knowing half of those supplies could be taken by the gang without notice. When one of the villagers accidentally angers the gang's leader, he must leave his home and go out in the world to find mercenaries to protect them all from the impending vengeance bearing down on them.
I know what this is, huh?
I think so. Most people do.
D2 Mighty Ducks. Final answer.
Maceo?
It's a Bug's Life.
It is A Bug's Life.
Oh.
But it's a reference to, Seven Samurai and Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay.
Pretty misleading, right?
I watched A Bug's Life when I was a kid, and like only the one time, and I never watched it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that the ant scared me.
Oh, the ants. Did you ever see the movie Ants? Because that scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I think that's actually the one that scared me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah.
The termites at the beginning are terrifying, and like all the ants like melting, and
That's real war.
Yeah. Cool. Well, shall we talk about The Kingdom, Oogie?
We shall talk about The Kingdom. What a movie.
I'm glad to hear you say that. So a little movie data. This was starring Jamie Foxx, Chris Cooper, and Jennifer Garner. Those are the official stars. I would be remiss if I didn't throw Jason Bateman in there. The tagline is an elite FBI team sent to find a killer in Saudi Arabia. Now they have become the target. Just using a synopsis as a tagline. Not sure it's a good one. It's not snappy, but it is accurate.
I'm giving that that's a 2.
2?
It's not even a tagline. It's like 2 lines.
Yeah, it is taglines. Yeah. Released September 28th, 2007 with an R rating and a runtime of 1:50. Directed by Peter Berg. As an actor, he's a friend of the pod for Smokin' Aces and Collateral, and in a future episode for Corky Romano. He's been in tons of other stuff and has been in all of his own movies. He has also directed American Primeval, Deepwater Horizon, Battleship, and Hancock. And he is the writer-director of Patriots Day, Lone Survivor, Friday Night Lights, both the movie and wrote the whole show, but only directed 2 episodes of the show. So prolific, Pete Berg. Written by Matthew Michael Carnahan, who did World War Z, also wrote Deepwater Horizon with Pete Berg, and 21 Bridges, among many other things. The movie has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 51% on the tomato meter and 76 on the popcorn meter.
How do you feel about that?
So this is a movie that this is probably the 3rd time I've seen it. Like, I think I saw it when it came out, and I think I saw it again in college when I made Coley watch it. And I remember it fondly. Obviously I picked it, but watching it this time, I didn't think it was as good as I remembered it being, but I still thought it was good. So I feel like a 51 is it feels low because critically, I don't have a lot to criticize about how it looks or the acting or the writing. But I also didn't think it was that spectacular. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
About the same.
Yeah. I get the 76 on a popcorn meter. I think it's a very entertaining movie. I think the directing makes it exciting and tense. So
having watched this directly after watching Space Jam, I was just okay.
Bumps it up a little bit. Yeah.
I was oh, okay.
Yeah. There's definitely some, it feels a little bit, I don't know, maybe and this is probably something we'll talk about, but as Webb was talking about, one of his favorite things about movies is the time capsule-ness of it. And this was a 2000s time capsule of how America felt.
Yeah.
American superiority and Middle East inferiority, right? And I actually thought I expected to cringe more at it than I did, but that was where I was didn't age particularly well. It also didn't age as poorly as it could have. So
yeah, having watched this for the first time, given when it was, I was just all right. But then also some of it was just kind of
yeah,
really?
Yeah, yeah. That's how I felt too. So I understand the 51 on Tomato and 56 on Metascore.
Before you say anything, I'm going to guess the budget.
You're going to guess the budget? Okay. 2007.
There are quite a few explosions in this, and Jamie Foxx was heading it. Peter Berg. I think that Jason Bateman's a little bit lesser known quantity.
Bateman was also 5 years out of rehab at this point.
Yeah, so
This movie was also post Miami Vice and Collateral, right? So Jamie Foxx is like still a pretty big name.
yeah, he was probably expensive. I'm gonna say $64 million.
$70 million budget. Nice. Very nice. So it opened against The Game Plan, Lust, Caution, December Boys, and the Itty Bitty Titty Committee.
That's the name of a real movie.
That is the name of a real movie. I will give you the hint that The Game Plan was actually the #1 movie released this weekend. That was The Rock.
Oh, that's
the football movie with a daughter. The Kingdom was the #2 release of that weekend, and was actually one of the bigger releases that month of September 2007. So, when you're done Googling itty bitty titties, because I know that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. There's no itty bitty titties in this at all.
Hey, he's not happy at all.
she lied about her name. That's Cardi D.
Wow.
With that information and knowing the budget at $70 million, what's your guess for opening weekend gross U.S. box office and gross worldwide box office?
Failed, bro. I'm going to say made $15 million. That's too much. Let's
15 opening. That's your
I'm
opening
gonna say
weekend.
12 opening weekend, and then I'm going to say 58.
58 U.S.
Yeah.
What about worldwide?
I can't imagine this would have caught on worldwide because this is 2007. The rest of the world is tired of America. Now, this is like a George Bush tired. It's not the Trump tired, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just can't imagine. Like, it probably did do well in certain places, but I mean, I think I'm going to revise to, let's say, 50 million in America, and let's go $68 million worldwide.
You're pretty close on all three guesses. So 17 mil opening weekend, 47.5 American, and 87 worldwide.
Okay, it just barely made its money back.
Yeah. So it was successful. I think riding on the coattails of Jamie Foxx, like you said, Mace. Good job. I would say well within the bounds to call your guesses accurate.
Why am I so good at this?
I don't know. Because this is your 20th time doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even to the point, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn now, but it's just like I'm even able to guess with like my margin of error has been like $10 million.
Yeah, it's been pretty tight. Yeah,
for like even the budgets. Like, I know, like, last week, like, I was off, I think, by like 15 or 16. But that's because
that was because it was a $230 million movie.
Yeah. I also like revised it. I was just like, oh, maybe it wasn't that, because I was like, oh man, Space Jam was 96 money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So this is the part where we will give you a spoiler warning. We're going to give a full synopsis, including spoilers of the movie, and then Oogie and I are going to talk about our favorite parts of it. So if you don't want spoilers, pause and come back after you see the movie. It is on Stars and is on the 7 Seas. So, and I think I have a DVD at my house if you want to borrow it. Full synopsis now. Okay. The film opens with a rapid-fire animated history of Saudi Arabia from the country's founding to the discovery of oil and the foundation of Aramco through the various conflicts and up to 9/11. This establishes how the U.S. got entangled, leading to the tension for the film's setting and the tension generally felt in the mid-2000s all the way through today, honestly.
When a compound housing U.S. workers in the kingdom is viciously attacked by terrorists, 2 FBI agents are caught up and killed in the fray. Back in D.C., Special Agent Robert Fleury, played by Jamie Foxx, learns one of his friends is dead. He doesn't take no for an answer from the State Department, and using his contacts and some good old manipulation and blackmail, manages to get approval for he and his team to go investigate the attack in person.
Alongside Fleury are forensic specialist Janet Mays, played by Jennifer Garner, intelligence analyst Adam Levitt, played by Jason Bateman, and explosives expert Grant Sykes, played by Chris Cooper. Together, they have to navigate a new diplomatic and cultural game full of players who don't want them there. Hamstrung, barred from handling evidence, and escorted everywhere they go, the team must use their 5 days on the ground wisely if they want to find the men responsible.
Fleury builds a genuine rapport and mutual respect with their babysitter, Colonel Faris El-Ghazi, and one of his men, Sergeant Hatham. This relationship enables them to get incrementally more freedom to truly investigate the attack. Eventually, the team are allowed to get enough access to piece together evidence leading to them to believe the attack was orchestrated by Abu Hamza, and the members of the police and military were likely involved.
After a shootout with a small cell, the team is going to be sent home dissatisfied with only catching a small fish instead of the big one. But on the way to the airport, their convoy is attacked and Levitt is kidnapped. The rest of the team, along with Ferris and Haytham, pursue the kidnappers into a dangerous neighborhood in Riyadh where they must defend themselves from attackers on all sides. With almost as much luck as training, the team manages to kill all of their enemies and rescue Levitt moments before he is executed.
When the dust settles, the team finds that the old man cowering with his family is, in fact, Abu Hamza. In a final shootout, Hamza and his grandson are killed, as is Ferris, who dies in Fleury's arms.
In the aftermath, the film cuts between Fleury's whispered words to Maze at the beginning of the film and Abu Hamza's whispered words to his young granddaughter as he dies. Those words were the same: "We're going to kill them all." On this notion of the cycles and endlessness of violence, the film draws to a close.
So we're going to go to Kevin Noogie's cuts. I just wanted to say, so like I said before, I did my own double feature of Space Jam and this morning. So Space Jam had lulled me into this. I was just kind of barely paying attention. First you get that Saudi Aramco sort of explanation. I was like, the way that they're editing this is kind of cool. And I wasn't sure what I was like getting myself into. And then it just starts with the terror attack. And my note was like, oh, they're no Russianing this bitch. I was like, yo, they are killing women, men, and children.
Yeah.
Like it is. And then you're like, okay, that's over. They're investigating now what happened. And then they get hit with a up, down, left, right, X. I was like, yo.
Yeah, it goes hard right off the beginning. Yeah. It was rough. I think the intro was super cool though. Like the even though it was a little bit, it was definitely westernized.
Yeah.
It was like the nice glowing side of like just enough Saudi Arabian history for you to. Also, I was yesterday years old when I found out that Saudi Arabia was founded by a guy named Saud.
Yeah.
So I did learn something.
The House
from
of
this.
Saud.
Yeah. Now I know. Also, the fact that they animated the 9/11 attack was pretty bold.
Yeah.
In 2007, it was a little too soon for that.
When I was sitting down and I watched it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. I was like, yep, okay.
They were like, oh yeah, they realized that 8 of the 11 people hijackers are Saudi Arabian, and it's just like a plane.
Yeah, it was like wow. But yeah, like the attack is like setting it at a baseball game felt very intentional to try to make it as American as possible. And yeah, they were just brazen, just like killing as many people as they could with one distraction to kill more people, only to draw more aid workers in and then kill even more people. It was like this 3 layers is crazy. Yeah. Like the terrorists are crazy. Like who could just go out and kill a bunch of like women and children and aid workers? Like, don't they know that's Israel's job?
Yeah, which one of the things. Oh,
thank you, Mace.
Yeah.
Moving on.
One of the things that I understood, I didn't like the framing, and it's something about this movie, and we sort of discussed, but we like to not talk about content when we're not on the show.
Yeah,
but I liked the humanity when Fleury's going and interviewing, and the one guy snaps, and he's just like, "You think Allah wanted to kill all these people? He thinks that your kids deserve to live and my kids deserve to die." And from that perspective, one, I thought that was brilliant acting by whoever that actor was.
That was really good.
That was, I was like, out of all what I felt was mostly Western propaganda of this movie, that one really hit. Was like, yeah, I get that, because the movie attempts to do we're not so different. They keep trying to show different frames of how everyone's the same, and everyone has kids and everyone has a family and everyone wants to kill each other. And I understand the positive point, but they frame it through Western exceptionalism and imperialism, which really undercuts the point of the movie. It makes it really hard to take serious, because even I remember I was texting you, I was talking to my friend about this, we made the exact same joke. I texted you this morning and I was just like, I'm rooting for the terrorists.
Yeah.
But right after I said I was rooting for the terrorists, I was like, no, I'm not. That's the Americans.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And like, it's like if you're, it's because they do this thing where they make it seem like, on one hand, they're just like, oh yeah, these crazy terrorists. And this is the founding of Saudi Aramco and oil, and it's all about oil. But then they don't really say, oh yeah, this is the role America's played in destabilizing this. They didn't go into the history of Aramco about, oh, this is how the United States has screwed over this company.
Yeah,
this
and
is
then
what
they,
they've
like,
stolen, and like
they even go into like bin Laden and
Yeah.
like his,
which
like,
is true.
how he got
Yeah.
like turned to an extremist. But they don't talk about the CIA's involvement in
Yes,
that.
exactly. It's like, oh, we're not going to say how the CIA trained the Mujahideen or Mujahideen, and like, I get it. It's a movie. You can't be too heavy-handed. It's 2007, so
It's also
still,
Pete Berg, the guy that did Patriots Day. So like, you know what you're getting.
That's the Mark Wahlberg movie, right?
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite. It's not his quote, but he says it. But it's just like, yeah, I was like, this movie hits really hard if you're stupid. Like, it's like, and I don't mean it
gets a conversation going.
Yeah, it gets us, and I don't mean that so, like, I kept on thinking that. I don't mean it so much because I did enjoy the movie, and I don't think that it's as bad as I'm maybe making it sound right now.
Yeah.
Because it attempted to make a point, and I think to some degree, but I think as a rational person looking from it in the lens now,
Yeah,
it's just like
almost 20 years.
Yeah,
later.
you're brushing over it, and you're doing the thing where you make Americans seem like, oh, we're so like, oh yeah, our kids are killed, and like, you know, that's fucked up. We got to go say this, but they don't do the same side where it's just like the people that the Americans kill are like they're like evil, and even the one person at the end where she's like, oh, I'm gonna give you a lollipop. Oh, I found out you guys are actually the bad guys. Oh, now the kid's trying to kill. It's like, you don't say, oh, we accidentally killed some people that we didn't mean to kill. All the bad guys are like indiscriminately RPGing everywhere to like kill 2 Americans. And they say that thing where they're like, oh yeah, they'll gladly kill 10 of theirs to get 1 of ours. And like, it's a little bit like, you got something, but I don't like it. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, I that was the same thing watching it this time. Like, I definitely did not think that in 2007 when I saw it, because I was 17 and fully like America built, you know.
America.
Yeah, and like, so I like watching it this time, I was like, I think another example that's like less heavy-handed is that like they finally get access to like forensics and the bodies of the victims, and like, oh, look at how good we are at investigating, and we're teaching all the Saudis how to invest. Like, they have scientists, they have forensic scientists, they have like crime scene units. That was like,
they have
really,
they have like more money than
exactly. So that was the part that I was like, we're the fact that everyone there is like bumbling and corrupt, and the Americans are coming in to save the day.
Yeah, they're so like
kind of the opposite.
Yeah,
like Americans are pretty bumbling and corrupt, and thank God that we have smarter people from other countries that try to mitigate the damage that we do on a global scale. But
yeah, one of the other things that really got me in this movie was like, and I know this is more of a trope for the America fuck yeah era that this came out of.
Right, this was definitely in that era.
But like, you're FBI, CIA, you're doing a covert op that you weren't. But you guys don't know any of the customs in this super highly like, oh, someone else has to tell Jennifer Garner's character you should cover up before you meet people.
Yeah,
like it's annoying because it's just like they do that whole thing where it's just like, oh, we want to cooperate, but they're making it so hard, but you guys aren't doing any of their customs.
Yeah.
Like, she would know that you're not supposed to touch their dead.
Yeah, they literally say it earlier in the movie, too.
She goes and does it anyways.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's a lot of like scenes like that where it's just like, I assume that's intentional.
They're treating it as silly instead of just cultural relativism.
Yeah,
as a rational Westerner.
Yeah, it's like, can you believe that they're making her put a covering on when the prince comes?
Yeah,
like, can you believe it?
And I get it too. You know, it's just like, I get it, but like, customs are customs, regardless of how you feel about this. Like, you know, you guys are trying to you're trying to you're trying to solve a major crime where people that are close to you are dead, and you're doing a bit right now
Yeah.
about like we're just like there's larger things at stake right now. And so there was a lot of things throughout the movie that were just like I remember at one point one of the Americans makes a joke where you like we're at the point where like they're kind of buddy with the
Ferris and Hytham.
And one of them makes a joke that basically is just like you're gay or something, or you like to
I wrote it down. Is when Levitt puts the latex gloves on and he like looks at one of the Saudi guys. He's like, "You want to check? You little queer?"
Yeah, and I was just like,
"Or you big queer?"
Yeah, and I get it. They're like more buddy at this point, but I'm just like,
yeah.
But who are you guys?
Yeah.
Like, what you guys? This is the FBI,
right? Yeah, and it's just it's such classic Bateman character too, to just be comedic relief exposition dummy for most of the movie.
I couldn't tell if I liked this character or not.
I did not on this watch. I love Jason Bateman, but like Levitt, he doesn't want to go, and then he doesn't want to be there, and then he respects nobody, like including his team. He's just quip guy. I will say, like at the end when he gets kidnapped, he acts his ass off. Like I thought he was really good, and like that shit was tense, and he was literally fighting for his life. You know? And I thought he did a good job there. But like most of the movie is just like
this movie was directed beautifully.
Yeah,
it was acted. I think a lot of the acting was. Some of the acting, I felt like when they did the bureaucrats, maybe that was intentional. The bureaucrats were kind of stiff, and like I felt like some of those scenes weren't necessary. Honestly, I bet they cut a lot of other stuff that they could have had instead.
So I have a fun fact.
Okay,
Pete Berg's cut of this movie was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
and the studio was like, "The fuck are you doing? Like, no one's gonna watch that," and made him cut it down to 1:50
because it was entertaining. Like, I would have hoped that the parts that I would like to believe that the parts that they cut are address some of the stuff that I'm complaining about.
Yeah,
and
it was way more detailed and it was way darker.
Yeah,
actually,
and they probably cut some of that stuff. Like we don't need to humanize these,
right?
But like, I mean, anyways, like
there were a lot of
they were torturing. Like that's like the third scene of the movie when they're torturing Haytham.
Yeah, the general is torturing Haytham, like trying to accuse him of like helping orchestrate
because he's
the
like,
attack.
You have a lot of
extra...
shirts, and he's like, I sweat a lot. It's Saudi Arabia. It's 120 degrees. I work outside.
Yeah,
and he's like, you're a liar. And so it takes Al Ghazi to be like, oh look, he actually has
sweat stains on his uniforms. Yeah,
which also doesn't really prove anything.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah,
like everyone should have sweat stains.
Yeah, I know.
Still, like, very, very entertaining. A lot of the chase scenes in this were very tense. Like, they did some Chekhov's guns here.
Yeah,
I liked. I mean, I liked the bomb expert what's his name? Sykes. What's his real name?
Chris
Cooper. He's one of those actors that like I didn't know him recently, and then like I think I really fell in love with him in Barry, and now I see him everywhere.
He was in Barry. Yeah.
And like
he's been in a lot of shit, and I think it's actually to his credit that he's not super recognizable because I think he plays things so well that he kind of just blends a little. And I thought he was really good in this.
Yeah, me too.
I think he was of the crew. Relief, I think he was my favorite character of the four.
Like, I did not like Jennifer Garner either.
Yeah, I feel like that character was very poorly developed. It wasn't quite like. She wasn't a damsel in distress because she cleans up in the end of the movie. She kills like a bunch of people and like fist fights a dude bigger than her. Yeah, like it wasn't her performance. It just felt like the character was shallow and she
had to do the best she could.
Yeah, it was just like you're here to be sad. Yeah, like and like I think she plays that. I did think like when she finds out that Fran was killed, like in the briefing scene in the beginning. She does a really believable reaction to it where like she's crushed that her friend got killed and then she like pulls it together in front of everyone to like, you know, like, like I said, I don't think it's Jennifer Garner that's the problem. I just don't think that there's much to that character.
The character that plays Fran too, he's another one of those people who's like always in everything.
Pete Berg did Friday Night Lights. Yeah. So that he got him in it. And then the scene where Flurry's at like show and tell day with his kid or whatever, the teacher, Kevy would have folded. She was also in Friday Night Lights.
I didn't really pay attention to any folding in this movie.
She was
funny.
It was just like when they cut from her, like his son, like, this is my daddy.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then they cut to the teacher. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Played by, I wrote it down. Oh, no, I didn't. So that's, anyway, you were saying about Fran. Sorry, I got another fun, Pete Berg fun fact. And Pete Berg also made a cameo in that briefing scene.
Yeah, I forget who that actor was, but I do like him. He's in a lot of Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, Kyle Chandler.
Yeah. He's always like, I don't know, he does a lot of random stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty prolific. Zero Dark 30, that's what I was picturing him in. I was like, I know there's a war movie that he was in.
Yeah, Miss Ross, played by... I looked up the cast, and she's like the 5th person on it, and she has the smallest role out of
So I'm not the only one. She had like 3 lines.
Minka Kelly.
Minka Kelly, that's right.
Yeah. I'll do I don't think I really caught it at the time, but yeah, just based off of these photos.
Retroactive would have folded,
I would have folded.
Did you know you were talking about the scene where they go to try to interview witnesses of the original attack, and that guy is like incredible monologue, like when he's talking about his 5-year-old with a box of Band-Aids trying to put mommy's mouth back on. I was like, oh fuck. But did you notice the other family they talk to a husband and wife and the mom? Did you notice that the wife is Elise from Puff Puff Pass?
Yes, I did.
As soon as she came on screen, I was like, oh,
Ashley Scott.
Yeah.
That was like,
friend of the pod.
Yeah, that's crazy that we've done 2 of her movies this month.
And I like to think that this is after she got her life together, left the baby with Cool Crush Ice Killa,
and she
got remarried and ended up moving to Saudi Arabia to try to get her life right. And
then her mother helped solve a major crime.
That's true, yeah.
That was pretty cool. I thought that was funny. That was another thing they kind of did. Americans and Saudis were the same. They're just like, yeah, it was weird because Saudis don't garden.
Right, yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Like, that was it was clear that Pete Berg did some research, you know, like, I know he actually really wanted to shoot in Saudi Arabia, but I think they couldn't afford it, and they shot a lot in Abu Dhabi. But I know he went to Saudi Arabia when working on the movie with the writer Carnahan. So like he had done a lot of research, talked to like actual FBI agents, scouted locations that he wanted to shoot at, and they ended up shooting in Arizona, and then some in Abu Dhabi. For like they shot in Abu Dhabi for the like royal family, like exterior shots of palaces and stuff like that.
Do they have sand dunes in Arizona?
Probably. Oh.
I mean, were there any sand dunes?
Not really, because it all takes place in Riyadh, so it's like a pretty developed area. And like the photos that he had taken when he did visit Saudi Arabia were like what they used to design the sets to try to make it look authentic. Like when I looked it up, I was surprised that it was shot in Arizona at all. I was like, oh, damn, okay.
I didn't trust El Ghazi from the get-go.
Oh, yeah?
I thought that was going to be like I think when they had that original conversation where Hatham was, I can't remember, where Hatham was just like, I would never betray my country. I thought it was going to be like...
That El Ghazi was the one who was betraying.
You to betray.
Yeah. So another fun fact that feeds into that, in the original cut, Hatham he is not a traitor in the beginning, but like by being beaten by his military and like watching all of this, he ends up becoming a traitor. And at the very end of the movie, when they're getting on the airplane, he has a bomb that he's about to set off, and Sykes tackles him, and like they blow up, and the rest of the team is safe. So that's the original ending of this movie, is Hatham actually turning around. I like this ending a lot better.
They didn't do that, but it would have been a better ending.
I don't know. I kind of like the closure of the ending, and it's not even closure because the whole point of this movie is like the cycle of violence and vengeance continues. And
well, I like the idea that on one hand, I like the idea that like consequences have actions, or actions have consequences.
Yeah.
Well, it works either way. On the other hand, it's just like all on all the negative stuff is happening. Like, I mean, yeah, Sykes would die there too, but he gets to die as a hero.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, it would have been nice if it would have been like an American was actually involved in this somehow for money. And then that was like there's like no rhyme. It just all feels like it's just like these terrorist savages in Islam.
Yeah.
And there's like no opposite side. Everything is just like, the Americans are good guys, giving out lollipops, getting shot in the head.
Yeah.
Like,
yep, that was definitely the worst part of it of the movie was the propagandizing. I do like that they had it could have been much worse if they hadn't had Hytham and El Ghazi like as allies. And I especially really love the scenes where we see them at home with their family, like Hytham helping his elderly father out of bed and into his chair, and like El Ghazi with his kids, and like it really was like they really are like us, like, which is like kind of dumb, but like like at the time most Americans had no understanding of anything about Saudi Arabia, so like it played. Watching it now, it's like, of course they're like us, like it's just another country, like
we've been like 25 years since the war on terror started. Meanwhile, like 2007, it's only been like 6 years.
Yeah, and when they started filming, it was probably only 4 years. So it is a time capsule. It's just like watching it with 2026 eyes is like
we've all been radicalized to some degree at this point too.
Yeah.
So
25 years of like Middle Eastern conflict.
Yeah.
Ending in sight.
Lots of things continuing to show you that the U.S. are not the good guys.
Our big, strong president, a ceasefire, Strait of Hormuz opening any day now. They want a deal real bad.
Yeah.
They really want a deal. It's just,
Yeah.
It has to be the right deal.
Yes, totally. Yeah. Everything's great. We did not yet shout out Jeremy Piven.
Yeah,
Jeremy Piven, friend of the pod. As much as I love the guy, he's pretty good at Weasley bureaucrat guy.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you guys got the photo op? Everything's good. Let's get you out of here.
Yeah. I love when he like picks up one of the guns too, and Hatham's like, what are you doing? Put that down. Yeah, it's just, I didn't remember he was in this at all until he popped up.
If he shakes your hand, hold on till he lets go.
Yeah, right.
He's like, if he lets you touch his raptor, it's a big honor.
Yeah. I did love that like it cuts to Levitt just standing there with the raptor on his arm, like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, which is how I would react. I'd be like, this thing could kill me.
Yeah, the guy's just like,
his talons can slice through bone. It was good. I love that they had it be Levitt too, because like Fleury is a cool guy and probably would have like played it off cool, but like having Levitt be the one who has to hold the raptor, and he's just like visibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The fight scenes were great, like the freeway attack and like the chase, and then the fight scene in the neighborhood was like you said, good directing. You really felt the tension. Like I felt like the cameras, for the most part, stayed in the kill box with the Americans, so like you could feel how surrounded they were.
Yeah,
and then would like sometimes pop up to like give you a view from one of the attackers. I've been trying really hard not to say insurgents because Cat Williams like ruined that word for me. Yeah. We're not killing insurgents, we're killing them. Sweatpants on.
I don't know no insurgents. You can kill all of them. I don't have not one insurgent friend.
Did you notice? I actually didn't note this, but there's a scene where El Ghazi and Fleury go to find the guy that like used to be a terrorist that now like runs a youth program at like internet cafe. And when they're going in, there's a couple of like teenagers that come out, and one of them is wearing an NWA t-shirt.
I didn't see what their t-shirt was, but like I saw they were both wearing hats. And
very Americanized. They like dap each other up, and they got like backwards hats.
They were both like super American, and I was like, okay, what's happening here?
Right. And then like El Ghazi says like this is an initiative to like expand the education of our youth, and it's like, so it Americanizes them, and they're all just playing Call of Duty.
They're just shooting, they're just killing people. Message.
Yeah, right. We can Americanize youth by giving them hip hop t-shirts and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That was a good scene though.
The American way.
Yeah,
exactly. That was one of my more favorite scenes in the movie. Like, I like that he gave them that. You can always tell a bomb maker because no bomb maker hasn't been,
he's always been bitten by his work at some point, and he's missing a couple of fingers.
Yeah.
And then that's how they identify Abu Hamza at the end, is he's missing a couple of fingers.
Also because of the marble.
Yeah, that was I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't remember that. Like when she gave, I remembered when they show her first break down that, or like come into that apartment and the family's all there. I saw Abu Hamza. I was like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But I didn't remember Al-Ghazi gets killed at the end at all. I didn't remember like how they realized who the family was or like anything about that.
I was waiting for that Chekhov's gun because like they made such a big point of like them putting together the marble, like seeing the marbles get put in, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
it would have been a little bit cooler if there had been marbles kind of around the house, but like super Easter eggy. Like if you were paying attention, you'd see them. But and maybe that did happen.
Yeah, maybe.
But like,
yeah, it was cool though to like,
because like the second they did it, I was just like, okay, that's him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, very well done.
So what were you gonna say?
I don't even remember. I mean that was basically it. Just that like having her like, because they show most scenes with Jennifer Garner, she has a lollipop, and Levitt asks her for one at one point. So she always has them, and to be like, oh, like this kid is really upset. Like it's very organic with her character to do that. It's like the only depth her character has is that she liked lollipops. Good job, Pete. But like to like give it to her, and then the little girl will be like, oh, okay, like here, I like you. And it was like, oh fuck. Like that harmless little child's toy that actually just like was used to kill people.
Did this movie pass the Bechdel test?
No, it doesn't, because she never talks to another woman.
She kind of talks to the little girl, but
they don't talk back.
Yeah.
I was gonna say her character doesn't exist for the sake of a man, but that's not the Bechdel test.
But she's real sad when Fran. Lard. Okay.
Oogie and names.
Yeah.
I have some general trivia, just fun facts I found while looking things up about this movie. Early in the movie, when Fleury is like doing his running game, trying to get them all sent to Saudi Arabia, and he's meeting with the reporter from the Post or something, and he says something about like writing for like the Terrell Tribune, like a small town newspaper. Yeah. Terrell, Texas is actually where Jamie Foxx is from.
Oh,
so that's like a little Easter egg to his hometown.
Yeah,
I just love Jamie Foxx.
The thread is like, yeah, they're gonna find out that this woman donated to mosques.
Yeah,
and those mosques were lightly connected to terrorism.
Yeah, I like the blackmail of a diplomat.
Yeah,
that like didn't seem to backfire on him at all.
Also just like, okay.
It was so weird. The whole,
they're rich, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, the whole.
What's Terrell, Texas gonna do to you?
Yeah, just
write a strongly worded letter.
Yeah.
They're already racist.
So this isn't a fun fact, but it is a fact. At the end of the movie, like right before the credits, there's a dedication to like three people.
Guys, yeah.
All of them were crew members who died while shooting the movie. So 3 people on the crew died while shooting this movie.
Please don't tell me one of them was killed by a raptor.
No, but that would be very ironic. Tom Aguilar was a prop maker who died of cancer during the shoot. Lance Gunnan was a construction worker and died in a motorcycle accident on his way to set. And Nick Papak was a prop master and died on set when he collided his ATV into another vehicle. So nothing that like actually fits into like any of the danger of the movie itself. But pretty crazy to lose 3 crew in completely different like freak ways on a single movie. Was there anything else in the movie that you particularly enjoyed, disliked? I feel like we talked a lot about how the things we hated about it. There were some really cool shots, especially of like the troops waiting at the security entrance to the compound and like how armed up they were. There was like a cool shot of.
Ooh, what were your favorite cars?
None of them really stuck out to me.
There was like a Benz. There was a couple Benzes. Yeah. There was like, were those the Range Rovers?
I think they were in excursions or Suburban, something like that. Yeah, there wasn't anything that really popped, which is how you know it's like not actually Saudi Arabia. Because like there would be a Lamborghini shooting down the highway going faster than the convoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, none of the vehicles stood out. I did really like the shot of the helicopter escorting them down the freeway that was like flying super low. I don't know what kind of helicopter. If you know if you're watching and you know what kind of helicopter that was, let me know.
I mean, I think we could go a little bit more in depth to the final scene though. Like that whole final sequence of like when they see
a guy on the overpass watching them, and then they notice the fourth car in the convoy peeling back, which is like, now you know that that's an inside job. There's like,
it's crazy. Why did the Ben start driving all crazy? It could have just like slowed down. They were going fast. He could have just gotten all of them. He just like, it's like,
oh, the one with the bomb in the back?
Yeah, the one with the bomb. I would definitely throw it on screen, but it's just like, all of a sudden it's just like,
yeah.
Starts fucking driving all insane. It's just like, if you would have just not did that.
If you just merged on and then just like
let them pass you.
Yeah. But it does seem like they were intentionally trying to only get the lead vehicles so that they could kidnap someone to execute. Like, that seems like that was the plan, because they had the camcorder set up. Like,
but still do that.
Yeah, I know. It's
once you blow up the car, it's just like, there's nowhere for them to go. You would have the same thing, but they tipped them off a little bit.
Yeah. But and somehow Flurry's the only one who notices in a convoy of like trained military who are there to escort them and like have the procedure. They're the reason. It's the reason they're going fast.
Yeah. That one. It appeared to be a man that was dressed in a burqa and tipped off another person.
Yeah.
Like they like made eye contact. All the RPG usage was really poor.
Yeah.
They all missed their targets.
I did like the one that like they almost got hit, but Sykes like saw the shooter and like reverse, and they like just barely reverse as the rocket comes across. That was pretty cool.
There was a really funny one where they shoot. I'm pretty sure Sykes shoots one of the guys from across one of the buildings, and then he's just like he like shoots the RPG in the room that he's
inside. Yeah,
which would probably happen honestly.
Yeah, yeah. That was I liked. It would have been nice if they at least had a couple of expendables with them who got hit. Like it was way too convenient.
They just
you're in the kill box. They have elevation and you're surrounded and like nobody gets hit. Is that like, again, the like American superiority? Like, we're so well trained that we can't be hit by just some casuals.
Grenade gets put onto their car. He kicks the window out and throws it away just in time.
Yeah, because he's Jamie Foxx. He can do anything.
I mean, it's just. It honestly,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Honestly, I will say my belief didn't have to be suspended so much. Like I was in it. Like all that final 20 minutes of the movie, I was locked in and didn't really get me like, this is dumb. But it was also just like, a little bit of like, it
was convenient.
Yeah, it was all very, very convenient. It was just like one little difference here and everyone's dead.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah.
It also, like, I'm happy that the movie called it out. Is just like the one dude who got shot. Like, why did you bring him here?
Yeah, why'd you bring him here? Yeah, that was great. I also loved when Cooper and Hatham are like standing outside to make sure that like no one attacks from the street while the other three are inside trying to get Levitt. And like a car just turns down the street and they shoot his tires out. Like that was a cool detail. Like just throwing that in there, and the guy's like, "Oh fuck, what the hell? I'm just turning on my street." But Sykes is a badass, man. He's like way older than everyone and still out here. Like Hatham was collecting dog tags in that fight.
Yeah,
like I think Jamie Foxx had a lot of kills, but he's the hero. He's supposed to be like the big flexy guy that like. Runs into the building,
goes inside, so he has to drop on everyone he shoots for a while because they're not expecting him to be there.
Yeah,
Hatham's like just straight up shooting,
just like picking people off
from like bad angles.
Yeah, it was like that was why I think that was like the main thing. As I'm like watching it, I'm like Hatham's awesome. Like cool character arc to go from like suspected and like down in the dumps to like one of the guys in like on the squad that like saves the day, like saves them. And I'm so glad they didn't subvert that by making him the traitor in the end. Same. It was just like, he was whooping ass. And then Jennifer Garner to like find where they have Levitt by herself while the others are like off in another fight, and just like when she just leans down into the hole and just like sprays and kills like 6 guys or
And
something.
then she gets pulled down, and that's funny.
Yeah, right. And then they fight. Like the fight's badass. I also love the detail that like Levitt, before they find him, he's like about to get beheaded, and he has the forethought to just kick the camera out because they won't do it if it's not filming.
Yeah.
And then like he's fighting back, and he prolongs it enough to like delay it, because he would have been killed way before they got there if he hadn't fought so hard. And like that, just that.
And he's getting beat the fuck up.
Yeah. And like when they rescue him, I notice he has like a huge gash on his neck, and he's like shell shocked as hell. That was just.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and retire. I like that. Sykes was just like, I'm gonna go home and get a PBR.
Yeah.
I was like, word, bro. That was before they got terrorist attacked, right?
Yeah, it was like right before. They're like,
Jerry Piven was like, you guys are going home now.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna get a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and she's like, ugh, Pabst.
Pabst, yeah. What do you even need to do to get the blue ribbon?
Yeah, that was a funny throwaway lines. But
I was like, this guy is going. He's going to Chili's.
Yeah,
he's going to a local. Like, yeah. Out of all of those characters, I would want to hang out with Sykes. I would want to hang out with El Ghazi, and I'd want to hang out with Haytham.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't even talk about like what I thought was like the only point of symbolism that I picked up on in the movie was just like the way that children plugged into the story. And like in the beginning, when Fran gets killed and you see Fleury visiting Fran's kid, you see Fleury with his own kid, and you see Fleury visiting Fran's kid, young kid. It's a really touching thing. He's like, you know, I was friends with your dad, which means I'm your friend too. And you can tell like it was cool. Like, this is a guy who's going to be here for this kid. And then at the end of the movie, well, also in the middle, you get to see El Ghazi's kids, and that anchors his character. And then you see the granddaughter of Abu Hamza, who's like clearly going to pick up her grandfather's mantle, is kind of the implication there. And there's like the shit we pass down to the next generation. But then you also see Fleury visiting El Ghazi's kid in the same way he visited Fran's kid in the beginning. I thought that was a really powerful scene.
There's a thematic rhyme there, because remember, Fleury says to Fran's kid, he's like, I can't wait for you to fly me in the helicopter. So it's like, you're also locked into this. You're going to be flying a helicopter in this area.
Yeah.
Like, if that really happened, that's 2007, 2016? That kid's 25, 26 right now.
Yeah.
He's probably flying helicopters in
true.
the Middle East right now.
Fuck. But yeah, I thought that was...
Same thing about that girl. She's probably been through everything.
She's probably shooting RPGs at that helicopter. Yeah. I guess not in Saudi, but where she could be anywhere, you know? Yeah, I thought that, like that... I think that was really the theme that kind of gets hidden in the movie is just that cycle of violence and revenge and like the way we pass all kinds of bullshit down to the next generation.
I don't feel like the movie does enough to demonize it. They make it sad in a way. Like, I guess Fran, like, you see a bunch of Americans die at the beginning, and that's sad.
They don't really have a stance on it. They're more commenting on the cycle. They're pointing it out that it is a cycle of violence that like has continued for a long time in that region, that they didn't do a good job of in the intro, like we talked about, you know. And they also don't really do enough to point out how much it's America's fault for just interfering in everything.
But it's everyone's fault. Everyone has their role to play. So it'd be disingenuous for me to just be like, it's all America's fault.
Yeah.
And I mean, it mostly is Reagan's fault. But, you know.
It's also Israel's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, the roots of terrorism, you know, like modern Islamic terrorism goes all the way back to like European colonialism.
Right, yeah.
I'd argue as far back as like Napoleon's invasion of Egypt.
Yeah.
But you'd see most of it kind of mature around like the 1910s, 1920s with the fall of the Ottoman Empire, that whole dissolution and colonization by the British and French.
Yeah, I really liked the connection back to those kind of mirroring scenes of Fran's son and El Ghazi's son, and how it kind of tied a bow on the story, but also like indicated like the shit is never ending, and 25 plus years later, here we are, and it's still not ending.
What I want to do right now is look in the camera and say, time out on hate.
Thanks, Shaq.
It's time out.
Time out. So that's
Yeah.
that's the kingdom.
Yeah. I mean, so overall, I have my issues with the movie's thematics and the portrayal
Yeah.
of the situation from a purely technical perspective. I like this movie quite a bit. It was enthralling. I would watch it again. I already had this conversation with one of my coworkers, and it was just like, yeah, it was Pablo, the one guy that was like, this movie is very 2000s. He's like, yeah, I like that movie, but, and I was like, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah.
There's just parts of it that you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very much a product of its time.
Yeah. And like you said, like if I watched this in 2007, I would probably have a different perspective.
Yeah.
But like I'm watching it in 2027.
Yeah.
And
it's funny. Like I said, I remember this movie as like, God, that was a fucking great movie. And I watched it. I was like, it was good.
Kind
It
of
was
how
good.
I felt about Torque.
Yeah. This was way better than Torque.
Yeah, I apologize, Peter Berg. I shouldn't have associated you with any time.
That's a double feature.
Yeah. Well, we covered all my takes, all the symbology. Do you want to recast the past off the dome? I have one.
We can do yours. I didn't have a recast the past here.
Okay, so recast the past is where we just come up with how we would cast this today. I decided not to take race into account in matching characters up. So I did Alan Richson as Flurry, which is Thad from Blue Mountain State. The rest of you probably know him as Reacher. Jennifer Holland as Maze. She is in...
You know that our audience knows who Thad Castle is.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Jennifer Holland is in Peacemaker and a few other of that universe.
I still haven't watched that show.
Oh, so good. I got Coley to watch it, and she
all
liked
of my
it.
friends,
So
everyone who watches it, just like, bro, you got to watch it.
when you watch it, Jennifer Holland is the blonde one on Peacemaker's team. Miles Teller as Levitt, because I feel like he could do that sarcastic comedy that Jason Bateman does well, and also the serious I'm going to get killed. Lucas Black as Sykes. Shout out to Lucas Black, friend of the podcast. He's the guy from Tokyo Drift, the like Texan dude. And that's why I looked at Mace. My right.
Okay.
And Saeed Tagmawi as Ferris, who is in Three Kings.
Okay, yeah.
And that's what's funny is I was gonna make a joke and say Cliff Curtis as Al-Ghazi because when we were doing Training Day, we were talking about how people just put Cliff Curtis into any brown person role. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, what was the guy from Three Kings? And I looked it up, and Cliff Curtis plays an Arab dude in Three Kings. I was like, oh my God, I'm worse than Hollywood.
That's it. That's why I was confused about like Cliff Curtis in Training Day, because like I first saw him in Three Kings. I was like, I thought he was I thought he was like Arab.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I have a pitch perfect. So this is where we pitch a sequel. I'm not sure how much I like it, so I want you to give me your honest
The
review.
sequel is now. It's reality.
So
Turn on the news.
Yeah. After another 2 decades of watching his friends die and his country fall apart around him, Robert Fleury has had enough. He flies to Ukraine to join the resistance effort. Learning of his experience with the Middle East, he's roped into a scheme to infiltrate Syria with a small team to capture a Russian diplomat who may be the key to ending the occupation. But Fleury begins to suspect the mission may not be all that it seems when he finds himself at odds with his former ally Haytham, who is now a colonel in the Saudi army. The two must work together to learn the truth if they want to survive.
That sounds good.
Okay.
As long as you play it up so that it's both sides, then I'm down.
That's what I'm saying.
I
It's
want
like
this world to continue. I like what he built here. I just don't like the framing.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Is like, what if Robert Fleury was as disillusioned as we are 25 years later?
Yeah.
You know, it's like Sykes retired, Levitt retired, Mays got promoted, and he's lost more friends than that.
Yeah.
And he's like, why the fuck am I still doing this? I'm a good fighter. I'm trained. I'm going to go join a fight that matters, and then see that spiral out from under him and have to get out of it as well.
Yeah.
We should be pitching shit to Hulu, man.
Yeah, we can make. Okay, here we go. Oh boy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
OG.
Oh, Ananobi.
Bro,
He's got such a big fan base.
weren't they down by like 30 at one point?
There was like
Adam Sandler tripping, Jerry Seinfeld tripping, Taylor Swift tripping.
there he did.
That's crazy.
Oh, he pulled up.
I didn't know
Oh,
to box him out, Larry. See, that's 2 box outs in a row.
ooh, ooh.
That all. Oh my gosh,
Oh, that's
it's over.
wow.
God damn.
Greatest comeback in NBA Finals history.
Oh my god, dude.
That's insanity.
Oh my
I've never seen
God.
anybody trick something like that in my entire life. OG Ananobi, bro. Legendary.
He's big.
That's
Can you? New York is on fire right now. Oh
They're
my
burning
goodness.
that shit down.
Yeah, well, you know.
They're
Oh
clearing
my
off the
goodness.
Statue of Liberty.
I need Avi.
yeah, fucking goalposts. They're gonna carry the whole
King Kong
statue.
is climbing back up onto the
Yeah.
Empire
King
State.
Kong ain't got nothing on me.
I need Avi to watch right now.
This episode's over. Cut it.
No, Natasha has good content for reaction video.
yeah, yeah, we'll be.
Took a moment
Whew.
to catch the last.
Sheesh. Big sheesh, bro. What?
That's
Like 10
nuts.
seconds ahead.
I think so. Yeah.
Like, what's going? What happened?
Oh, that's nuts. Man, Brian might be right. This might be a good sport.
Yeah, we got that on camera. Yeah, let's go. All right, let's finish this episode.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay. So that brings us to another recurring segment, Better Off Dead. So pick a character you think should have died, either instead of someone who did or just in general. I'll let you go first, Sugi.
Okay, so the character that I put was I put that Levitt should have died, and was it Abdu Hamza?
Abu
Should-
Hamza.
Yeah, he should have survived to plot more attacks against the infidels. I was just like,
So our Better Off Deads are very similar.
yeah.
Mine is that when they find Hamza with his family, he sets off a bomb and kills his entire family and the whole squad, except for Levitt, who's out in the hall reckoning with the fact that he just survived.
Oh, yours might be better. Except I kind of want Levitt to die, though.
Yeah, because I kept thinking that was going to happen when they showed him, like the old man, like laying there with his hand behind his back. I forgot they were hiding the fact that he was missing fingers, but I was expecting him to be like hiding a switch, and then it's just like the whole
He kills his
building
own
goes
family.
up. Yeah, just because they would
He's
kill 10 of themselves
Yeah.
to get to one of you.
Exactly. I should end my family line so I can get 2 random Americans.
Yeah, right. I like how similar they were.
Maybe
Though.
like a chance to heaven is better than life under the Americans.
Yeah. Watch while. This is where we say something that we would do while watching this film. I would recommend watching this movie while getting red pilled by Joe Rogan and snorting pre-workout.
Okay. I said that you should watch this while plotting the downfall of capitalist society. Because this
Two sides of the same
yeah, this
coin.
will enrage. Watching this movie will enrage you.
Yeah,
make
that's true.
you- I don't think that's what Peter Berg intended. But
Yeah.
I bet if you were to watch through today's eyes, he'd be like, okay.
And then our final segment, the Barbenheimer movie to double feature. I picked Black Hawk Down.
I went Jamie Foxx. I went Any Given Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Have you seen
I
that
actually
movie?
haven't seen that, but I've like heard so many references to it at
Yeah.
this point that I feel like I have.
My name is Willie Beeman.
There's a,
Metarex.
I can't think of it now. There's a hip hop lyric that
Got fiends throwing up on themselves like Willie Beeman.
I think it's a Sam LaChelle line. Now I can't think of what it
Gunplay
is.
is optional.
So this has been the Black and White Cinema Podcast. We thank you for joining us from the Creative Block in Seattle. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. Word of mouth helps a lot. Share it with a Knicks fan. They're feeling great right now. Share it with a Spurs fan. They might need to pick me up with Kevin Oogie.
That's me.
Like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, follow. Thank you so much for any of that you can get done for us. You can connect with us however you like at allmylinks.com/kev-n-oogie. Thank you to the actual friends of the podcast, Mark and Maceo at Marky Boy Productions and The Creative Block. Thank you, Natasha, for editing. Sorry that we make it hard on you sometimes. Megan and Alec, thank you for our logos. And to our Patreon members, Lisa, Eric, Philip, Brian, Ben, and John, thank all of you. Thank you, Big Daddy, for our brown soda gang. And thank all of you for joining us today. We will see you next time. Revolution. Take care.
Peace to all the Nubians filled with the new Black consciousness.